Hello everyone, welcome to a re-recording of my Pokemon Platinum Beginner Piplup Nip tutorial. So before you start the run, things you should set up are you should set up your FlowTimer with the correct offsets, so those will be included in Edgy's document, and you will just have to type those into FlowTimer, and you want to make sure you're on the correct date, which is 2000 January 1st, in which case we have it correct already. And then you want to set the date to 1809 to start our run. So 3, 2, 1, go. So here we'll be waiting about 30 seconds before we actually start the game. This is expected because of the way the RNG is generated. So you don't need to worry too much about that now. Just know that this is part of the Manip and this is completely normal. So what you want to do is you want to time this game launch precisely as you can. So yeah. Let's wait for it. Okay, good. So for this intro sequence, you want to be holding B and mashing A to make sure text goes the fastest possible. So yeah, all of this is just mashing. So you try to mash moderately quickly here. You can lose some time, of course, it's pretty lenient given the way we set this up, but try to mash as fast as possible. So you'll notice some of these text boxes don't have white arrows that show up at the end. If you don't see the white arrow, that means you mashed frame perfectly. See, like that one I mashed frame perfectly, that one I did not. And you want to pick the girl here because the girl is faster. So the thing about the girl is that the counterpart, the guy, is the Kachin tutorial partner, and they talk a lot less. And then we cannot name a rival because of the way our seed is set up, so we'll name him with default berry. So one litmus check you could do before you even enter the game is that when you clear this final prof text box, now go on Leap into the World of Pokemon, you want to have at least 18 seconds remaining in your timer. Any less and you might not make it due to slow mashing. So you want to hit this one also frame perfectly at 30 FPS. So 51816, so that is obviously not correct. So now you might be thinking, oh no, I've screwed up, it's over. Actually, it's not over, so I actually have included for you in the video and the document the adjacent frames that you could hit. So for example, this frame is 1 frame late or 2 frames at 60 FPS. But let's say you didn't have this information, this is how you would go about to find out. So let me pull out this thing called Pandora's Box. So what Pandora's Box will do for us is that it'll let us find our seed based on our trainer ID. So our focus is going to be this right portion. So we got 51816, and we know that we're on January 1st, 2000. And then we know that based on our manip, we started at 1809. We waited 120 seconds before pressing A on the TV screen, so we know that we've passed 2 minutes. So we're 1811. And then for minimum delay, maximum delay, just put 3K, 5K. So our seed is at 0 seconds, so this is the one we're looking for. So the delay we hit is actually 4742. So if we look at the ID we want, which is 19114, you'll see that the one we want has delay 4740. So you notice that, oh nice, I hit the 1 frame too late. So to compensate for that, what you can do is you could change your flow timer's bigger number by however many frames you missed. And frames are at 59.826 frames per second. So being 2 frames late, you would add 2 divided by 59.826 seconds. But of course, that was just me being late, so let's try again. But this is how you would find your seed and how far you missed it by if you do not get the correct ID. So if your seconds is wrong, however, if you get a wrong second, you must adjust the first and the second number by the amount of seconds you are off. So for example, let's say you hit seconds 1. You want to remove 1 second from both numbers in your flow timer. This is because you want the delay, so the delay between the two inputs to be the same. but we want the time to enter the game to be actually slightly earlier because we hit a second late. So one thing to note is that if it's your first run of the day on this cart, you will very likely get the wrong second on the first try. This is completely normal. You're not bad or anything. It's just part of the game. So now I've gone over that, let's go again. This might take me a few tries. So once again, we'll be waiting a little bit. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to me or Etchi on Discord. We're very friendly people, or at least I like to think I am. So, and Etchi's a great personality in PSR, so I'm sure he'll be happy to help you. So yeah, we're approaching our seed now, so let's get ready. So the good thing about having an offset for the first press is that I can tell if I'm late or early, and I can adjust my second press based on how late or early I am. So once again, this is because all that matters is the delay between launching the game and setting the seed. So being a bit late on both is fine. So this is one of the reasons why some runs are more consistent than others. Some are A, better at just hitting the frame, or B, some are better at adjusting. So once again, pick the girl because it's faster. Oh no, I don't have time. Do I have time? Okay, 17 seconds. This is gonna cut it a bit close. Yeah, no, I didn't make it. So yeah, this just demonstrates that you really cannot set the rival name because you just don't have time to. And that was a mistake on my part. My apologies. Let's go again. So yeah, these are all some very common blunders you'll run into. And once again, we'll be waiting a good amount of seconds. I wonder why. Okay, we're approaching our seed now. Yeah, mashing is slow this run. Once again, we pick the girl. So we have 19 seconds left, so we're fine this time. Now I just gotta hit the frame. One 9 1 1 4, perfect. So you want to set some options now. You want fast text, mono sound for content, battle scene offset, and then one left input to go to L equals A, and just do B and then A to finalize. Now what I like to do is I like to scroll back to bag, because after you get the Pokédex, scrolling back to bag is very slow, because you have to go through more items. So we'll go into our Rivals cutscene. So in rooms like these, where there's no NPC movement, RNG is not advancing. So your movement is loose as long as you take the same amount of steps. So for example, I can turn up here. You can also turn up on this tile. It'll also still work. And extra turn frames don't count as steps, so those are fine. So here's a cool trick about text boxes. So your mom will talk to you, right? Oh yes, don't go into tall grass. So you see how in this text box there's no white arrow. What this means is that this text box can be cancelled with a D-pad input. So here I'm going to press down, and then I'll do a no turn frame exit in the room, saving 4 frames of time. So here you want to just trace the dirt path to Rival's house. So here you want to mash while holding up, because you cannot waste any frames here, as that will destroy Manip, since this is an area with moving NPCs. So we'll just take the standard steps. Talk to Rival. So yeah, step counter is very critical because the game does a happiness check every 128 steps. So here we hold right when we exit Rival's house, and we go up at mailbox. Then we enter the berry cutscene. So here you want to keep mashing until Rowan's assistant shows up with the bag. So when Rowan comes, you want to start mashing A because he will ask if you truly love Pokemon. If you're a beginner just doing this route for the first time, you want to check for this text box. So it's not going to lose Manip or anything, it's just time loss. So he'll turn away actually, because he's very mad that we took the risk going to the grass. And he comes back. And then this is where I would start mashing A and L only. So he'll ask if you truly love Pokemon twice. And then this is where he decides he will give you Pokemon. Okay, so here you want to mash slower after Rowan turns back. Okay, so let's go and open the brief. So you want to mash slowly. You can't believe it. Hey T, you can choose third. Hey, I'm practically going bad. Okay, on this text box, okay, do not mash. Because what we need to do is we need to press up to no turn frame look up. And then we have to hold down to do a turn frame like this. So you see we faced up and then went down. And then what we have to do is press A, hold left to approach the briefcase, and then mash A fast. And then get Piplup. And here we just mash, mash, mash. And here your Rival's getting all excited about the battle. He's like, hey, let's go! And then press A to say yes to fight. And then now we enter the fight. So 21 HP, that's already looking good. So I'm actually not sure if this is the correct one. This might be wrong again. Okay, this seems more correct. So if he withdraws to 6, we want to growl on the last turn, because we don't want to lose to this fight. He's at +4 right now. He's tackling, which is good. +5 now. We don't need to growl because we can just kill him. So you can check our stats on level up here. So we have 12 attack, 11 defense, 15 special attack, 13 defense, 11 speed. So I think that's actually correct. So that's like a very fast way to check if you have the correct Piplup. And now we'll go back to our house. So what you can choose to do now is you can choose to do a sanity check to see if you did indeed get the correct Pokemon. So I'll show you how to check that. Okay, so she gives you running shoes. So here we have another text box where you can cancel a turn frame. So with these running shoes, okay, let me read. Press the B button. This next one is a turn frame cancelable text box. So I press down to cancel it. I'll just instantly turn frame. So now let's check our Pokemon. Mild nature. And then 12, 11, 15, 13, 11. So that is correct. So if you got to this point with the correct Piplup, congratulations. You have done your first RNG manipulation. So what actually has routed out for us is actually there's this thing called extended manip. So what extended manip means that if you do the same movement every time, you will get the same results. And that usually means no encounters. And if you lose manip, that's fine. Just make sure not to take any extra steps, because extra steps will ruin manip. So here, let me walk through one more example of how to debug a trainer ID. But first, let me show off something for content. So this is a technique called tweaking. So let me see if I can get this correctly. Nope, not here. No, dude. Okay, I'll give this one more try. If not, I don't want to waste everyone's time. Okay, let me try one more time. I don't think that worked. Nope. Okay. But anyway, so I'm gonna reset the game and I'm gonna purposefully get the wrong. I'm gonna purposely mess with my offsets so I can show you guys how to properly debug. So let's say I'm dumb. I adjusted it to make it 1 second earlier on both hits. And then I'll also cut off a few frames. So let's do this. Okay, so we go back to our normal timer, 1809 January 1st, 2000. And then 3, 2, 1, start. So once again, we wait our some 30 something seconds. So once again, we do our normal stuff. So let's assume that we don't know that the offsets are messed up, because this is my first run, so I'm just trying something out. So don't think too much of it. This is more of a tutorial than anything. So once again, as a reminder, we must choose the girl and we cannot name our rival. So we can actually choose to not name ourselves or the rival. We choose not to name ourselves because our name shows up more times, and therefore it saves more frames. And this is why we have a 1-letter name for everything, because it's faster, since it takes 1 frame for each character to show up on screen. Now this boy's here. Barry. Okay, 19 seconds, so we're good. So now I check my TID. Oh no, 17795. That's completely wrong. So the adjacent ones I have for you are 10109, which is 2 frames early, 26428, which is 1 frame early, 19114, which is correct, 51816, which is 1 frame late, and 30480, which is 2 frames too late. So what we want to do now is we want to go to Pandora's box. We want to input. Okay, cool. So we got 17795. And then we go ahead and find compatible seeds. So you'll see that there's none close to what we're looking for because we want second 0. So maybe we hit the previous minute because this is like borderline the wrong minute. Cool, so you'll see that, oh look, there's a 59-second seed. That's probably the one we hit. So now what we want to look for is how many frames we are late. So you see that we're 4732 frames where we want 4740. So what we want to do is we want to pull out our trusty calculator. Let me add that to my capture. Okay, let me move around a few things. Okay, so we know, first of all, that our second is wrong. So that's the first thing we need to fix. So we need to go to FlowTimer. We need to adjust the first and the second number by 1 second. So we go to 36 and then we go to 120. So this will fix our seconds discrepancy. Now to fix our delay discrepancy, we need to add 8 frames to our delay. So we do 8 divided by 59.826 frames per second, which gives us 0.1337 seconds that we need to adjust by. So this is in seconds, and FlowTimer goes down to milliseconds. So we want to add 134, let's round up, to our offset. And then yeah, you're free to try again. And then if you don't get the correct one, you can do further tweaks. So sometimes people can tweak on the sub frame level. That's completely your preference. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. But hopefully with this tutorial, you'll have a better understanding of how RNG Manip works and how to find your correct seed. So yeah, once again, if you have any problems with this Manip, feel free to reach out to anyone on Discord. Myself, Etchy, or literally anyone else. We're all super helpful. We don't bite. So yeah, we're looking forward to everyone trying out these RNG manipulations. And yeah, hope everyone have a nice day.